Okay, so welcome. My name is Ben Smith from Club IT. Today we're going to cover a feature in Google Apps. Google Apps obviously is the cloud-based platform which contains email, calendar, documents, live storage, and a whole bunch of other really cool features. So what I want to cover today is a very simple task which can be done by obviously the administrator of the domain, whoever that may be. It's very easy to use. We're going to basically add a user. So once your Google Apps system is configured by Club IT, if you want to be able to add users and add additional features, it's very easy to do, and that all can be done in the administration section of the Google Apps program. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to google.com /A. So google.com /A takes us to the Google Apps for Business page. If we click on the sign in on the top right hand corner, we can then go type in our domain. In this example it's going to be lismoreworkers.com.au, and then it gives us an option here, and then go to. So go to your email, calendar, sites. In this option we're going to select domain management. So we want to manage the domain so we can add additional email addresses and do all those cool things. So I'm going to log on with the credentials. There is only one administrator in each Google Apps system, but you can configure additional administrators. So I'm going to sign in with the user. Once the user is signed in, you're presented with the Google Apps dashboard. You can see the various features that are available. You've got Gmail there, mail.lismoreworkers there, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Talk, contacts, and you can also go ahead, common tasks, you can get additional apps, so you can actually configure additional applications for the domain, and you can customize the appearance. You can see up the very top we have organization users, groups, domain settings, reports, advanced tools, and all kinds of bits and pieces. You can see here on the on this little dashboard, or this little panel here on the left hand side, you've got your users. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to add another user. So we're going to click on the create new user button, and it's got first name, last name, and email address. So in this example I'm going to do an actual real life example that needs to be done. So in this case the email address is going to be directors, so we're going to call this directors, and then I have no last name, and we're going to call this email address directors@lismoreworkers.com.au. Set password. Let's set the password. So I'm going to set the password as just a generic password. It says the password's weak. Well, that's no surprise. And we're going to hit create new user. It requires a last name, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Workers Club Directors as my last name. And I'm going to hit so you can see I've put in my first name, last name, email address that I want. So in this case it's directors@lismoreworkers. I've put in a password. It does say that password is weak. So look, if it's going to be obviously for a primary user or a significant user, you want to make sure that password's fairly strong. But this password can be changed anytime. So I'm going to create new user, and it says the password is not secure enough. So we're going to make a much more secure password. I'm going to use the password that we've used in the past. And I'm going to hit create new user. Okay, so that user has now been created. It says your username is directors. Your email address is directors@lismoreworkers.com.au. Sign in to Lismore Workers Club at google.com/a/lismoreworkers.com.au. That can also be done quite easily, obviously, by going mail.lismoreworkers.com.au. I'm going to email those instructions to the individual. This is from Jeremy, and we're going to email that to Stephen. So Steve at Lismore Workers. Lismore.com.au. You have a new account. Your username is directors administrator. Send a password. Your password. You can sign this one workers. Yes. So we're going to hit send, and I've just sent that now to the boss, so he's got that there. We're going to press done. And that's all there is to it. It's really that straightforward. So adding a new user, very simple, very easy to use. We can review our users. We can go to organizations and users, and you can see here's a list of all our various users, how much mail storage they've used currently, all that great stuff. You can see when they've last signed in. So if someone's never used it, for example, we've got PA there, we can maybe be able to get rid of that one, for example. Arcane, Ross Fletcher doesn't really use his that often. Most of them are being used reasonably frequently. Directors, a new one. There's another one there. So you can go through, you can obviously edit them at any time. So if we wanted to edit our new email address, we can do that. You can see they're there. We can go through, we can change the password, we can go through, configure additional options. We can change roles and privileges, so I can give this person administrator's role so they can add additional users and get access to this section. We won't be doing that. We can suspend the user and also delete the user also. I think that'll do for this topic. So as you can see, so we've just logged into the Google Apps system, we've added a new email address, and it really is that simple. It only takes about 30 seconds to do it. And it's obviously anyone with the right privileges can quite easily go ahead and add a new user. So I hope that tutorial covers that quite nicely, and we'll do a few more tutorials in Google Apps for Business, and yeah, I will see you next time.